China has become the engine for Zimbabwe's economic growth, supporting key industries such as farming and mining. At the turn of the century, Zimbabwe faced an existential threat to its agriculture, the mainstay of its economy, as Western countries imposed crippling sanctions to make the economy scream and derail the historic land reform program. It took the intervention of China through its state's company, China Tobacco, known locally as Tianzi, to save the sector whose main export product is tobacco, the golden leaf.
After the land was distributed, most of our farmers were struggling financially to finance themselves. This is when Tianzi came through the government and diplomatic relations to start funding our local farmers, which opened a lot of doors for all the farmers, and not just the farmers, even their families as well. They are benefiting from such schemes which come from these relations that were built between the two countries.
After land reform, I got this land, which is Katombo farm right now. And I started off with 10 hectares, producing about 30 tons then. We scaled up to last year. We did about 300 hectares, selling about 900 tons of tobacco. All this was possible because of proper funding through Tianzi.
Our relationship with TNZ started in 2013. My dad, Mtamizi Shiri, was one of the very first black farmers to get a contract through TNZ. We're currently sitting on 200 hectares, and it's been a journey of growth because when we started, we had no collateral to maybe take to the bank and ask for more loans. So TNZ came in and agreed to fund based on the produce that would come from the farm.
A new revolution transforming lives has been underway. Tianzi's intervention has been deliberate, strategic, and holistic as it provides end-to-end solutions in uplifting Zimbabwe's farmers.
The Chinese came in and stepped up. They transformed the sector by way of improving the volume of tobacco that we have produced. At a record low, we're producing 40 million kilograms of tobacco. When the Chinese came in, they came in with funding on infrastructure, on mechanization. They also come in on funding on inputs directly. Prices started to shoot. The demand and the appetite for tobacco by the Chinese also made this sector improve in terms of prices that are offered to tobacco growers. We're actually now boasting of prices as far as $6.50 per kilogram, when in fact before the Chinese came, prices were at a maximum of $2.99 per kilogram.
In other agricultural sectors, China has in recent years opened up its market to Zimbabwe's premier produce, such as citrus, avocados, macadamia, and shown a palette of the country's rabbit meat, as well as providing technical training.
I'm Miss Monica Mloni. I started with 7 does and 2 bucks, having been empowered by Raimage. After having been trained sometime about a year ago, the Chinese were there, highlighted a lot of things, lots of potential. So with that, they later came here to see the project. I'm one of the breeding farmers of pure breeds. I'm quite excited and happy that one day I'll be one of the biggest farmers also supplying to China, and it will improve our livelihoods. And I encourage other farmers, if they could embark on this. The market we had is a vast market, which is there. There is actually a shortage.
A decade later, Chinese investments have put Zimbabwe on the global map in multi-billion lithium mining and steel production as Chinese companies such as Zhejiang Huayo Colbert, which operates the Acadia lithium mine, and Dinson Industrial Group, which owns the Dinson Iron and Steel Company, have seen Zimbabwe become a leader in new energy materials and steel.
This project positions Zimbabwe as one of the biggest producers of lithium globally. When we established the resource, we found out that our resource actually sits in the top 10 in terms of the largest JOC-compliant resources The processing plant that we have set up is a fit-for-purpose plant. It's a modernized plant that has improved recoveries, that has a reduced environmental impact, as well as it ensures safety of employees, as well as the equipment and the environment as well. Prioritized the training of local employees and in key operational areas such as plant operations, maintenance, metallurgical testing, quality control, safety protocols, and other key operations in the business.
Chinese companies have become not just pioneering spirits with high-quality investments as they dominate the lithium sectors in operations located in Mashonaland East, Manicaland, Mashingo, and Matabeleland provinces of Zimbabwe. They have also become major employers and drivers of socio-economic transformations in areas that they operate in and beyond, as well as supporting upstream and downstream industries.
Our policy as a nation has been to open ourselves for foreign direct investment. The setting up of these very big projects in the province is indicative of two positive elements. Firstly, that we're a good destination for capital. And secondly, that we are able to utilize our own resources in the province for the growth of the province and of the nation at large. As a starting point, we have been able to create employment for many youthful Zimbabweans. When you look at Manise, we are now able to produce the much required resource, which is still critical in the construction and in the industrialization agenda of our nation and of our continent.
Downstream industries and businesses around Chinese projects are becoming a new lease to social and economic life that had been threatened by the past quarter-century challenges.